This video is for you because you're here, and that means you either like Zenless Zone Zero already, or you're not sure if it's for you. So in this video, I'm going to break down what makes Zenless Zone Zero great, and how it is definitely the right time to start playing, or to give it another shot. Yep, this is a Zenless Zone Zero glaze video for the end of the year, but if you've been playing Zenless Zone Zero for a while, maybe stick around. You can send this video to a friend, get them into gacha games, ruin their lives. And you can tell me what I missed in the comments, I guess. Anyways, at the time I'm recording this video, it is the 24th of December, and Miyabi's banner ends on the 21st of January 2025. And until then is the absolute best time to start or get back into Zenless Zone Zero. Why? Well, to start off, the game has never been better. The gameplay has been getting better and better, and you can still happily get through the story by just mashing, but as you start exploring the combat, there's more room for skill expression, but in a balanced way, where you can still beat the harder content without being a no-life sweat. But if you want to use every possible opportunity to maximize your damage, you can. Or you can just stay on Miyabi while her big animation goes off because it's cool as hell. But there is real depth to the combat now, which kind of brings us on to talking about the characters. And currently we have Miyabi on banner, which means that you can pull for her, and she's kind of like Virgil from Devil May Cry's daughter crossed with a fox. How would that happen? Gross. But she's simultaneously badass and cute as a button, while being the strongest character in the game by an absolute mile, and she's going to be available for the whole of the patch, giving you plenty of opportunity to get her. And not just opportunity, but the current patch 1.4 is giving away more freebies than any other patch since the game started. So with a bit of luck, you might be able to get her without opening your wallet. Not only this, but Zenless Zone Zero also has a free character in Haramasa. He's an S rank, and his damage output when played at high levels can be really competitive. He's not Miyabi, no, but he'll definitely help you to get started. And on the subject of characters, we've got older characters that you'll get to meet and play as through the story, and some of them are just very cool. Okay, yeah. Some of the characters have very flashy designs, and honestly, that is part of the appeal of Zenless Zone Zero. And I guess if you're not into hot characters, guys and gals, but it's mainly gals, it may not be the game for you, because I mean, just look at the fan service while you clicking through the character menus. If that isn't for you, then I get it, but I feel that I should bring this up at this point. If sexualized character design is not just not for you, but would actually turn you off of a game, then Zenless Zone Zero may not be a good fit. But if you don't mind it or can look past it, even if you don't actively like it, then you should still check out Zenless Zone Zero. There'll also be upcoming characters too, and some of those look very exciting. And in terms of a lot of the story content, most of the characters are given moments to shine in the story, and it's actually pretty great with some really exciting moments, particularly in the latest update. I'm not going to spoil anything here, but it was just fun, and that's a word that gets forgotten about sometimes, but yeah, it was fun to engage with. The gameplay was good, the story didn't feel like too much yapping, and when it comes to the TV mode where you navigated through the monitors, it is gone, it is out of here at this point. Okay, we will talk more about the removal of TV mode in just a moment, but before that, this is your reminder that you probably aren't subscribed. Liking and subscribing really helps to support creators like me on YouTube. I put out regular Zenless Zone Zero content and will continue to do so make sure you're subscribed. I also have a Discord where you can ask for help from a growing and helpful community, and I stream about once a week, but hopefully more soon. So check the schedule and drop me a follow on Twitch. Okay, so if the TV mode gameplay didn't appeal to you, that's cool. But there were dozens of us. Dozens. But I'm not going to say that the removal of TV mode was bad for Zenless Zone Zero. Most of the player base was crying out for it. I quite liked it, but I think I liked the idea of TV mode more than actual TV mode itself. So it was definitely the right play to let the players play the combat more and see TV mode basically never. And we've seen TV mode come back in some side content, so if you are a TV mode enjoyer, then it's still there sometimes. And it feels as though that's the way it's going to stay for the foreseeable future. So what happens though once you've played the game for a little while is you get to an endgame loop, which is taking strides in the right direction, heading into that endgame. There's kind of a ramp up to the higher levels of difficulty, and there are 3 different endgame modes, and they kind of allow players to understand the rough power level of their teams and prevent them from challenging content that would be way too hard for their current teams, because it's like a ramp up. In terms of specifics, there's shield defense, which is a good benchmark to show you how well your teams are built. And then when you get to the end of that, you can push into the battle tower where there's about 25 floors of decent rewards, then a further 975 floors to test how deep you can go. And then we just got Deadly Assault, which is a new mode, which feels about a level above shield defense in terms of difficulty. And you need to obtain 6 stars for all of the polychrome rewards, which is the currency for pulling. And this means you can choose to engage or not engage with trying to get all 9 of the available stars. So you can be sweaty or less sweaty, which is kind of like Zenless Zone Zero's whole vibe. If you want to make the game easy on yourself, you can. If you want to try hard and make sure you get every reward, you can. And the way I like to engage with it is walking somewhere down the middle, where I prefer a more relaxed gameplay experience while still getting the meaningful rewards, but I'm not out here trying to hit high scores just for the hell of it. Maybe occasionally for content, or because a particular encounter is really fun to play, which is something I mentioned earlier, but the combat now just feels so much better than it was at launch because we have more characters intermingling and their kits synergize in certain ways, and it's really fun to build and try out different team combinations, and as we get deeper into the game, I can only imagine it getting more interesting. And in the current patch 1.4, they introduced a change to the ultimate system, where instead of only having one ultimate for the team, you now get an ultimate for each character, allowing for further rotation building, i.e. how you cycle through your team, and it also means that we get to see all the flashy ultimate animations and have loads of stuff going off at the same time on screen. Again, it is just fun. And it doesn't take too much time. Honestly, these mobile gacha games, if you're playing more than one, having the feeling that you need to log in and complete and have to do stuff can feel like a drain. But the dailies in Zenless Zone Zero can be completed in as little as 5 minutes. And then when you get a bit more time, you can sit down and work through the events and the story. It respects your time. I feel more so than having to hunt down chests or explore large areas. You just log in, click a few buttons, run a combat encounter or two, and then that's it. You're done until tomorrow. And you don't have to do the dailies every day. You can skip a few days here and there if you're busy. It's not the kind of game where you have to commit loads of time to it. It respects that time that you give it. And I know I'm not always the most positive of creators as well. If I think that something's not right with a game, I will and have said things. But what it comes down to is that even with the flaws that it still has, Zenless Zone Zero is the most fun that I've had in any gacha game. And that is what we play games for, to have fun. And while the AAA gaming space has been falling apart in 2024, I feel it's amazing that you can have a well-told story experience with likable characters and fun combat by playing a gacha game. Anyway, that was The Glaze. If you're interested and you are new here, my beginner's guide should have popped up now, and thank you so much for watching the video. Long may Zenless Zone Zero devs continue to listen, because when the game launched it felt great, but like it needed a bit longer in the oven, and now it feels ready for prime time. Remember to like and subscribe for better leverage up on all your pulls. Pull responsibly, stay weird, have a great Christmas and New Year. Bye, 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 bye.